Hello everyone, welcome back to another day here at Barham Engines. That's not the seal that's going in there.
No, it's not.
So doing a little bit of prepping and painting and in our purpose-built spray booth here, mate. It's got a nice coat of primer yellow, high build. I did notice that there was some primer in the other room.
I think it's travelled.
Isn't it just?
If anybody's not sure what we're on about, I exploded a tin of high build primer the other day, and it sort of went everywhere.
And that's after he's cleaned up.
Yeah. But we need to do a bit more to
I would have paid big money to see you, mate.
All over that welder and everything.
Big money to see you and get it on camera.
It was all over my face, covered.
Tinky winky. Right, so this is the stuff for the BMW V8, the M62.
Yeah, M62.
M62. So fortunately, the customer has done a great job in blasting and cleaning up quite a lot of the parts. He's requested that we do the block and a couple of other bits in the grey. Is it the Ford grey?
Yeah,
like it's like a graphite grey, isn't it?
I think we need to start calling it Barham Grey.
Barham grey.
It started out
as opposed to silver.
Pretty sure it started out as in stock grey.
Well, yeah, it was because that's what we had in stock.
Yeah.
But the rest of the bits are going to be. They were
up.
bare aluminium, but we just paint them silver so they stay non-corroded because you know what aluminium goes like. This is the front cover for the block. We've done the block grey on the sides, but the rest of it's going to be silver. So I think it'll look quite nice, won't it, with the fresh gaskets in between. So that's what I've been doing, mate. If we just have a little look at what the end covers for the cylinder heads look like. Here they are, look. It's a nice in-stock grey there, isn't it? You see that next to the silver? It's going to look lovely, isn't it? Because that is pretty much what the car colour's like, isn't it? Very similar.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
I think so.
Sure.
But anyway, it's going to be lovely, mate.
Block looks very nice as well.
Oh, yes. Let's have a little look at that, shall we? Lovely job, Lee. We've had to do a bit of a repair on this block. At the back, somewhere, there was one of these lugs that was someone had sort of chemical metalled. It had broke off the other side. Yeah. So we've got Tom to weld that. Unfortunately, there's a nice flat face at the front here.
Yeah.
So we've managed to sit that on our grinder and grind this face, which is also flat, and clean it all up. So all I've got to do, once we've got it off the engine stand, and it's probably easier to do, or just as easy to do when it's built up, because it's not going to affect anything, is I've got to put a gasket on there, drill and tap in the side. I wouldn't have been able to do it on the mill anyway, because I didn't have the height, so I've got to do that freehand. So it's a bit of a...
We only did it on the grinder because of the length of the block when it's up on end.
Yeah,
but you were too high for the mill.
You were surprised how good a finish we got on that aluminium, weren't you?
Yeah.
So there we go, mate. Block's prepped. All we've got to do now, as I say, apart from this, is I've got to do the ring gaps, because obviously there's nothing we can do with the bores. They're an Alliasil. We've got the big end bearings now. We're waiting for the rod bolts, which are going to arrive next Tuesday from Mar Motorsport.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday, rod bolts. And then we can send off the crank assembly to be balanced at CTM. So hopefully, if I get my calculations right, 2 weeks and we can get this thing built.
So the ball's rolling?
The ball is rolling, yes. I just want to get everything sort of prepped, ready to just meccano, and then that's that one done. We are just waiting for the timing tool on that one, haven't we? Which I had to cancel, actually. I ordered the timing tool, it said 28th, latest 28th of April. And then when I went on the 28th of April, it refreshed to the 6th of May.
They stopped responding to messages, didn't they?
So I've cancelled it through eBay. And I've purchased that from somewhere else, and that should be here tomorrow, which means probably the 8th of May.
So then that one is...
Yeah, that's the Range Rover.
The Range Rover 5 litre V8,
yeah.
Just in case anybody didn't know.
There we go. So while we're on the subject of the Range Rover, the reason this come in, well, one reason why it come in, is it had a funny ticking noise. Now, you see that engine now, how lovely that looks, or it will look when it's fully dressed.
Yeah.
We've cleaned it all up. In the car, you can't actually see that engine at all, can you?
No, you've got your big supercharger up here, there's all covers everywhere and loads of pipe work, wiring. You just can't see it.
No. So it had a ticking noise. We suspected that it could be a lifter, but it wasn't until I did a bit more investigating that this hasn't got rockers,
Yeah, it's solid.
or even hydraulics. They're just solid buckets. So underneath there, not even a shim, is there? That's just a solid bucket. So you have to do all the clearances. Nothing was untoward, so it certainly wasn't that. Only one thing that we can suspect that it may be, and we've heard this in the past on vehicles, is the manifold, the exhaust manifolds that go underneath here, had a loose stud at the end on one of them.
So this was, I'm not really sure what had happened.
Was it broke?
But when Stuart went to take the manifold off, this one, I don't know whether it had a head on it and it snapped off when he was doing it, but there was something up with this one. It's been blowing a bit there, you can see. So we suspect it's been blowing on the exhaust gasket.
So if they blow on the exhaust gasket pretty bad, I've heard it before, mate, where they do sound like it's got a heavy tap from the engine. Moving over here onto the mill, I've got one of the exhaust manifolds. Here's one. So you've got this little section here of downpipe which we have to remove to get it on the mill.
Yeah.
This side here, I don't think is overly bad visibly. Looks like it's been blowing a little bit there.
Doesn't look amazing. Definitely looks like it wants cleaning up.
But this one is not great.
No.
So I've give this a 10 thou cut already. Bearing in mind I've got it very level on the middle. I always go off the middle because the ends are usually the ones that bow down.
Yeah.
But you can see here, mate, even after a 10 thou cut, around this area and here certainly, it's been blowing like a bugger, that one.
Yeah.
So
obviously these must be quite hard to level up anyway, because you basically haven't got a datum, do you?
No, you haven't got a datum.
It's not a parallel flat thing. It's just one flat face originally.
And the reason when it comes on here, you've got to bear in mind it's the reason why it's on here is it's usually warped, so it can warp this way, that way, anyway. So what we tend to do is just make sure it's as level from the height gauge as you can in the set around this area, and also that way.
Yeah.
And then you'll find that the errors usually occur in the end, so it starts to bow like that. And when it gets that bad, that's when it starts to either break studs or pull threads out or go loose. So I'm thinking at the minute, one of his problems, definitely for the noise, I would say is probably this.
Yeah, especially there. That must be the one that had the loose or the sort of broken bolt.
I think so. Not all bad though, because you think, blooming heck, and the customer did say 10,000 odd quid's worth of work or whatever it is to repair an exhaust manifold blow. Not exactly true, because when we removed the cylinder heads off this, it was evident that one of the head gaskets was starting to go.
It was on its way, yeah.
It was on its way, because it's done about 140 odd thousand mile, isn't it, this?
Yeah.
So I said it's not all bad, because you would have probably had to get to engine out stage to get the head off anyway, or at least do the head gasket. So you're going to be into it for a few quid. At least now, it's all been done, and I think he's happy with that.
Yeah.
Wow, guys, we're back down the unit, the man cave, and as you can see, look, John's been down here at the weekend and put his little Austin 7 in. He's got heaps of room there. We've got this sofa in here, which we didn't have the last time, with a nice rug in front, but we're going to have to sort of move everything up out the way, so John's got plenty of room to work. But we can move these rugs around, so if he does have to get down on the floor, he ain't going to hurt his knees or anything. But yeah, at least it's one out of our workshop, guys, and one down here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put a cabinet up the top there for him to store his stuff in, and get a couple of shelves and what have you, and then he's got full use of this area whenever he wants to come down and have a tinker. So guys, as you can see, look, I've got my Lambo back under the cover, all washed. Not using it as a daily now because it's due to rain tonight, so I've got the Subaru back out, Escort's there. Basically guys, what I wanted to just update you on today is BMW. So Tom Upton and I today have gone up and had a look over the E30, because Ryan very shortly in the next week or two is going to be starting prepping that, so hopefully in a month's time or so it's going to all be done, as in a painted shell. What we're going to do is we've discussed putting rails inside the car for the brake lines, the wiring, stuff like that. A few little changes that we're going to do along the way. Mount the driver's seat, the passenger seat properly, make all the floor look good, and he's also got to mount the pedal box on an half-inch sort of platform, and also build a platform for your heels there. So we've done a bit of a sort of sit-in in the car today and sort of see whereabouts I've got to be. So yeah, we've made a bit of a plan. Only thing is though, guys, we've got to move the shell down to Tom's. So in the next couple of days, I'm going to be loading that shell. Hopefully the trailer goes in his workshop, so we've got to load the shell onto the trailer, secure it safely, take it down there, leave it with Tom, who's going to get on with it ASAP, and then we're going to be taking it back to Ryan. So this has all got to be done in the next week or so. So there we go, guys. That is the update on the BMW. Not going to be long now, and it's going to be, hopefully, in here. I'm going to be back the weekend, because we've got bank holiday weekend, so I'm going to be back probably in here having a tinker. I've got to put the plug on the end of my wire in there, look. This plug here. So that's my 21-pin Deutsch connector, I think that's how you pronounce it. Got to go on there, and then we can start sort of fitting the loom, guys, and working out lengths and what have you, and where things are going to go. So that could be another video for Saturday or Sunday. But until then, cheers.